Hi guys, I'm October, but you can call me Toby. Thanks for coming to spend some time with me today. For today's video, I am going to run you through a stitch tutorial in crochet. So this is called the almond stitch, and once it is complete, it will look like this. Isn't it pretty? So while practicing this stitch, I've done this swatch up in the merino denim blue that I love to use. This was done in a size 4mm crochet hook. You can see the stitch, the pattern looks like almonds. It's really beautiful. It leaves a lovely sort of beveled edge to your work, and it can be worked up to any size required. So it's very versatile. Only requires slip stitches and half double crochets. Let's hop into how to do it. Materials to do the almond ridge crochet stitch. I'll be using 4 Seasons cotton blend. This is in a lovely orange melange, and it's 50% cotton, 50% acrylic, a 4mm crochet hook, scissors to cut off at the end, and a wool needle just to weave in my ends. So this is a very simple pattern. Unless you're stopping mid-pattern, you won't need stitch markers to hold your place. It's very straightforward. Really, you just need your wool and your appropriately sized crochet hook. Let's get started. This pattern starts off with a chain, so I'm going to do a slip stitch and then work up my chain. Now my chain is going to be a multiple of 8 plus 5. That's my first 8. I might do 16 for this one, so that's my 16. Now I'm going to do an additional 5. So that should be 21 at this point for this example. Perfect. So that's 2 lots of 8 plus 5. We're going to skip for row 1. We're going to skip that very first stitch closest to the hook. We're going to go into the second stitch and start off with a slip stitch, and then we will slip stitch the following 3. And for the next 4, we are going to do half double crochets. So 4 slip stitches, 4 half double crochets. Back to 4 slip stitches. And then 4 half double crochets. And then we will finish off with 4 slip stitches. And so long as I have counted my stitches correctly, I shouldn't have any extras. Perfect. So we started with slip stitches, and we ended with slip stitches. This is a very short swatch. You can do this as long as you like, and you don't have to do starting and finishing with the same stitch. If you don't want to do that, just don't add that 5 on to your multiples of 8. If I had have stopped at 2 multiples of 8, I would have started with half doubles and finished with slip stitches, as you can see. For the remainder of the pattern, at the end, we will chain 1 and turn for each row, and additionally for the remainder of the pattern we will be working into the back loops only. For that first row we tend to work into the back loop of our chains anyway, so moving forward we finish with slip stitches, which means our next row, row number 2, we'll begin with slip stitches again. So hopping straight in to that back loop, with our first slip stitch. So we will do 4 of those. 2, 3, and 4. 4 half double crochets. Four slip stitches, 4 half doubles, and finishing off with 4 slip stitches. I always find my first and last stitch a little bit dubious to get into. Chain 1 and turn. That's our first 2 rows and our initial chain. So you can see the pattern is starting to form up there. Now that we've completed our first 2 rows, we're going to swap the stitch we're starting with. So we start and finish with slip stitches for rows 1 and 2. For rows 3 and 4, we'll start and finish with half doubles. So row 3, we're going to start with 4 half double crochets. Followed by 4 slip stitches. Four half doubles. Four slip stitches. And finishing with 4 half double crochets. Chain 1 and turn. So I do find with this stitch the back is harder to keep track of, whereas the front it is a lot easier to see what you're actually doing. The front and back do look different. This is not a pattern that mimics front to back. So I would say it's reversible, but it doesn't look the same. For row 4, we're going to start with half doubles again. 4 half double crochet, four slip stitches, and we will repeat that along. Finishing off with 4 half doubles. Chain 1 and turn. So this is the front. You can see that pattern is really working up. To continue this on and widen the swatch, you'll just repeat rows 1, 2, 3, 4. So we would go back to now 4 slip stitch, 4 half double, 4 slip, 4 half double, 4 slip. Repeat that for row 6, and then we would swap to starting with 4 half doubles and 4 slip stitches. So this pattern really does just repeat until you build a nice block of material as wide and as long as you need. It's a lovely little stitch, and I'll take this away and do a bit more work, and I'll show you what that looks like once you have widened the swatch. All right, back, and I have worked up several more rows on this. That was my starting row. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 rows in total here. This comes up as quite a stretchy material in both directions. There is a fair bit of stretch. The pattern is gorgeous, and you can see on the back it kind of resembles like a pinstripe with a puff, which I think is also a pretty cute look, but I do love the almond ridges. To me they look more like leaves. It reminds me more of leaves than almonds, but that's just a personal vision there. So yes, I've worked up quite a few more. You can see how that works up. I've left my ends there for you to see, and starting with slip stitches, you'd finish with slip stitches. Starting with half doubles, you'd finish with half doubles. Do remember while creating this that you want to be working into the back loop of the row that you're on, and after you've done 2 rows you want to start with the alternate stitch to keep the pattern working up. Once you've worked up a larger swatch, which I have done a larger swatch in the denim blue merino that I generally do tutorials in. So you can see this is a longer swatch. I think it was 6 rows, 6 multiples of 8, which is 48, plus 5, which is 53 stitches long for my starting chain, and working that up. I haven't done that many more rows honestly, but between the 2 different materials you can see there's a lot more stretch in this with the merino than there is in the cotton. The cotton's still quite stretchy, but there is a lot more stretch in the merino. I think that's just the different wools, but the design itself transfers really beautifully between types of wool. In regards to the multiples of 8 plus 5, for a quick look at what that looks like, let me zoom you out. There we go. Zoomed out. This is done in a cotton and acrylic 50%, cotton 50% acrylic blend. It isn't a melange, it's just in a red, I think it might be called crimson. It is also the same brand, the Brighton Four Seasons. Yeah, it's just not a melange, it's still the 50% cotton, 50% acrylic. So you can see the difference in here at the sides where I'm starting off with slip stitch, ending with slip stitch. But then since this is a pattern piece, the back piece of a top, it does increase, and increases a lot. And so I am not always starting and finishing with the same stitches. So it's very important to keep your count, 4 slip stitches, 4 half doubles, and keep that count going if you want to work this up into anything other than a square or rectangular swatch. It does come up beautifully though, and if you're curious to see the rest of this piece finished, I'm working on the front of this panel, the front panel for this top now. This is the reverse side, so you can kind of see what I mean when I say it looks a bit like a puff stitch, but there is also an element of pinstriping to it. So it's a very pretty stitch. It's very easy to use so long as you're keeping those counts of 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. And in a video next month, in March, I believe, I plan to have this top finished, and I will do a tutorial on making this top with the stitch. So once this top is all done, I'll create a tutorial for it. So if you would like to see that, hit subscribe down below so that you don't miss out. If you work this up and create anything with it, I would love to see that. You can link me in Instagram or here on YouTube. I'd love to see what you make with the stitch and how you find the tutorial. Okay, that's the stitch tutorial all done for the almond stitch. I do hope you enjoyed the tutorial and found it easy enough to follow. Let me know what you thought of it down below. I really love this stitch. It is absolutely beautiful. Gives a good amount of stretch in your finished material. The merino has more stretch, I've noticed, than the cotton and acrylic mixes do, but they still have so much stretch. So what a versatile and beautiful, showing you the back of that the whole time, what a versatile and beautiful stitch to work up. If you don't want to miss out on any upcoming videos, please hit subscribe down below. I will be making a tutorial for this crop top once it is finished. This back panel is a work in progress and the front panel is also a work in progress, so that will be coming up in the next month or so. I've also got sculpting videos coming out and plenty of videos where I'm going to be trying out new crafts this year to see if I can find any new favorites that I want to add to my regular crafting. Well, have a great day. Bye.